Oh, oh, ooh. It is Saturday. Let me put the live chat on. Yeah. All right. We in the building. And guys, it's gonna kind of freak you out a little bit. I'm not drinking Vietnamese coffee today. I know. I'm still drinking black coffee. I woke up incredibly tired and I was like, you know what? I need that high octane stuff. I'm just gonna stay drinking some oh yeah. Oh yeah. I just need that black stuff. Straight to the source. Black coffee, love it. James K in the building, certified T3 bot. Certified T3 bot, Andrew Hannum, Nathan Harbor, Abish, Abhishek. I'm so sorry. Dharma Warden. No. I'm so sorry, dude. You have a very long name, and I'm just gonna butcher it. I already did, so I apologize. Cordell Day, doing well. The Watch Lounge, Zambrano, Kenneth, JCE. Is that my truck? Yeah, that's my Metro truck. I wish, dude. Alex from London. So we're starting a little bit. We're starting a little bit later today. Woke up, had some stuff to do. Realized that I wanted to drink a lot of coffee right now, and I didn't want to drink a lot of Vietnamese coffee. So I figured I was just gonna get some black coffee. And it's so funny. This coffee shop that knows me, whenever they see me walk by the window, they pull up a cup and they're like, and they get ready. So they saw me, and then I had to like run in. I'm like, wait. I just want the black coffee. And the two girls working there like looked up from the back and they're like, You're ordering something different today? I was like, yeah. So I kind of blew their minds a little bit, but it's all good. They make good black coffee too, so I can't complain. Um, James K, so much different. You didn't miss much because I literally just went live, Horror Mirror. Um, so they're doing, the spot is usually nice and quiet, but let me show you. You see, we got Metro trucks behind me, and then we got a ton of cranes. You can see the crane up here. There's like 3 different cranes redoing some of the power poles because we're right by the train. So I guess they're you know, fixing stuff. So if you hear some, it's just the people. So how's everybody else doing today? I'm very excited to do my daily wrist check because I'm actually wearing a new watch. Adam, Asteroids or Street Fighter? Adam Policki, Street Fighter. Obviously, look at me. I'm Zangief, the Russian bear. Dean is here. Ray Q, certified T3 bot. Raj is in the building. My man, Raj. Campers ahoy. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you my new watch soon, guys. Don't worry. Yeah, CIA spy. Well, probably if he was a CIA spy, I'd probably know him already. Didn't want to give you too much information there. Woo! Black coffee in the building. David just finished doing taxes. Everyone give him an applaud because that is a terrible taxation. Taxation is theft. Okay, just that's all you need to know about how I stand about that. Jory in German, Flecktarn, Andrew Hannum, certified T3 bot. Also, Andrew, you have moderation powers. So you're a moderator. Just so you know, there's a little wrench by your name. You are a moderator, so stay on that today. John L, certified T3 bot. He's wearing his birthday watch, his Omega Railmaster. Great anti-magnetic piece, cool history. The kind of I don't know, rival of the Milgauss. I'd say that's a rival of the Milgauss for sure. Ray Q, Um, I don't think he's asking me to do his taxes. I think he's asking the other one to do his taxes. You don't want me to do your taxes, dude. Actually, you might, because I'm just going to write everything off. Andrew, I'm so sorry. So many comments floating upwards. Adam Policki asks, what do you put in your beard? I'm looking for a new balm. So I'm not affiliated with this company, although I would love to get a coupon code for you guys. But I use Redkin Brews. Okay, Redkin, Redkin, next word Brews, and it's a oil, and it also helps your skin under your beard, because I know a lot of dudes get dry skin in their beards, me included. And so I use Redkin Brews, and it actually, helps moisturize my skin, and it keeps my beard looking nice and fresh. And also, the ladies say it smells really good. The ladies being Connie. Super chat from James K, certified T3 bot. Tell us about Jews, taxes, and lizard people. All right. So the Jews and reptilians, the Earth is like this. All right. So the Earth is going like this, and then from particles, let me zoom in. The reptilians and the Jews come up from here. Right. It's a little too early for that, guys, and it's a little too early in the live stream for that. 30-year-old boomer says, excuse me, I'm a Jewish lizard CPA, and I find that highly offensive. And bro, certified T3 bot says, here we go. Oh, man. Chad Haggerty, with maybe the best comment of the day, says, Redkin, I call BS. There's nothing but testosterone and motor oil in that beard. Oh, my God. Love you, Chad. Thanks for the support, brother. You're right. Actually, to that point, motor oil in the beard. So I was parked on the side of my street, and I noticed some. Okay, I don't know how familiar you guys are with Jeeps and older Jeeps. I'm sure some of you are. I'm sure some of you are experienced with cars in general. But my Rubicon is from 2006. Okay, every Jeep after that has essentially morphed into a car. Okay, and what I mean by that is nothing is exposed to work on. Everything's kind of buttoned up and tidied up, and they wanted to make it a much more civilized vehicle. Whereas my TJ Rubicon in 06, it was still kind of just a metal vehicle that you could hit with a hammer and fix, and everything was exposed. Nothing was covered up. They didn't have engine covers or anything like that. So I noticed some tubes were hanging off their clips and kind of not dragging on the ground, obviously, but hanging below my drive shaft. I had to drive the Jeep up on a curb, lay down underneath it, and start zip tying things to the hangers. And a lot of sediment fell in the beard, and I was wearing glasses, but it was falling on my glasses too. Little short story. So that was really fun, taking a shower after that and getting all the mud and dust out of my beard. Andrew Hannum, so first education professional career was auto tech, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Kevork, Nuryan, Barev, I assume you're Armenian, so I'm just going to say Barev. He says, hello from Niagara-on-the-Lake, Canada. Enjoy, man. So I can see the chat has already derailed, talking about talking about all the reptilians. Okay, people are calling me a globalist now. I literally just said that taxation is theft. You guys are being mean to me. I'm a shalamander. Have I ever tipped in my Jeep? No, I have not, thankfully. I've been very close. Here's a JL Rubicon, a brand new one. So yeah, I've been very close. I've been at such a harsh angle that I was able to unroll my windows, put my hand out, and touch like a rock that was on the ground. So I've been incredibly close, but I haven't actually tipped it yet. Romania and Germany. Don, what's going on, brother? Good Shabbos juice, man. Shalom. But yeah, guys, like, anyway, we were talking about beards and stuff, and I got motor oil and like mud and stuff in my beard the other day when I was working on my Jeep. Daniel, don't worry about missing the notification. Well, it is kind of annoying that YouTube does a really bad job with notifications, but also I started very late. We're only 11 minutes in, so don't worry about it. And I got a whole lot of coffee today. So we're good. Andrew Hannum, Certified T3 Bot, says, beards and Jeeps, all good topics. Oh, James Wong from Rancho Cucamonga. You're not that far away from me, brother. You're probably like an hour away from me. Matthias from Austria, show us your Jeep. KC, I've shown it off multiple times. You can see it on the Time Away channel. I unfortunately didn't drive it today. I took my Subaru, but there's a cool Metro truck behind me. 100 people, wrist check time. Thank you, Horror Mirror. So very excited to show a very special new watch alert. Little tease here, and then let me get you up close. Let me flip the camera around. So this is the big boy Mudmaster triple sensor. Why did I get this? Well, number one, to do a review and to like show people what these more expensive G-Shocks are capable of. Also because I think this is kind of the ultimate Jeep watch. Has a barometer, temp gauge, and a really, really, really cool compass. There are some downsides to this that I already see. Number one, it is huge. So if you look at my Flecktarn officer jacket, when I have the sleeves Velcroed, not even tight against my wrist, but just marginally, cinched, this will not, like, I need the Velcro totally undone to even get it under the cuff. Or if I have to take off the jacket again, I need to totally undo the Velcro. But let me put it this way. Let me put you back to me. This is going to kind of a teaser to my review that's coming up. The pros and the sheer functionality of this watch totally outweighs any of the kind of negatives, like the size and that sort of stuff. It's a ridiculous watch. Another thing that's very interesting about this is the first ever G-Shock that has a threaded crown, guys. This G-Shock has a threaded crown. That's right. Yeah, wait for the review. Very cool watch. This is pretty much the ultimate Jeep watch, in my opinion, and it has incredible lume. There's something to be said about a watch that actually does what it's supposed to do, like right out of the box. And so it's actually very cool. I was very intimidated. G-Shocks notoriously have like, what am I trying to say? Manuals this thick. Well, this G-Shock had a manual like that thick. And so when I pulled it out of the box, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have to read this. It literally took me maybe 10 minutes to figure everything out. So, yeah, it's very nice to have a watch that is very intuitive, hyper functional, but also intuitive. So, again, don't want to go too into it because there's going to be a review. But bottom line, everything works out of the box. A ton of functionality, but not to the point of confusing you. If you have any experience at all with any G-Shock, you'll do absolutely fine with this one. And yeah, I am loving it so far. And I might go camping tonight. So this is actually, you know, kind of a great watch to bring. Stephen Lee says, run it over with a Jeep and see how it does. I'll do that maybe after the initial review. James K, yes, Sapphire Crystal. How do you compare G-Shocks versus Victorinox Inox? Okay, so I recommended the Inox in, oh wait, you guys haven't seen that episode yet. It's coming up this week. I recommend an Inox in one of my upcoming episodes. And Reed Grabowski, good morning, brother. I recommend the Victorinox Inox. It's kind of incomparable to a G-Shock. They're not mutually exclusive. So what I mean by that is an Inox is a great tool watch, okay? Whether you go automatic or quartz, very tough watch. However, most people are buying this Mudmaster not solely because they want a tough tool watch. I think most people are buying this Mudmaster because they want a tough watch with all the functionality, right? For instance, if someone said, "Hey, I need a really tough watch and I want a G-Shock," I probably would not recommend the Mudmaster right off the bat, right? I would recommend a DW 5600. That's a very tough G-Shock, and it's, you know, $40 online. But if someone said, "Hey, I need a really tough tool watch, but I also, you know, I'm going to be out of the city. I might want, you know, some added functionality of like a survival type piece," then yeah, I would absolutely recommend a Mudmaster. This is also one of the more expensive G-Shocks you can get. So I wouldn't recommend this right off the bat. But also, if someone needed a watch with a ton of functionality, I wouldn't recommend an Inox, because an Inox only has two real functions. It tells time and it has a date complication. Still a really good, really tough watch, but it's not really comparable to a G-Shock. I hope that made sense. That fellow there, what's going on? Certified T3 bot. Dean says, I have an Inox, ultra rugged. Yemma Clary says, time teller, hey, what's going on? Dean Lake from York, what's going on, man? Reading comments. Johan from Sweden, hello. There are 5K plus G-Shocks. Yeah, there are. That doesn't take away from the fact this is also one of the most expensive common G-Shocks you can get. When you factor in the majority of G-Shocks people buy are under $200, this is absolutely a price range above that. GOP Bevzus. Would I ever wear a flat cap? Like a flat brim? Not since high school. I will not wear one as an adult right now. Oh, heading to the DC Auto Show. Enjoy that, Reed. Take some good pictures. David R, how much was this G-Shock? This is, you can find, so it's typically floating around the $500 mark. Oftentimes, it used to be above that. It used to be in the $600 mark. You can find it in the 500s now. The new Gravity Masters are sick. Rick Green, certified T3 bot, says, Jory, you should definitely wear an Indiana Jones hat. I do sometimes. Really, really cool. Everybody, please welcome the new channel member, the new certified T3 bot, Chi-Town, California. I assume he's from Chicago and California, kind of like my dad, actually. My dad's from Chicago and California. Thank you for supporting the channel, guys. Again, each one of you, each one of my certified T3 bots, like directly affects my channel's progress. So thank you. for taking the plunge, pulling that trigger. You rock. Yeah, it's amazing. So everyone, please, in the comment section, welcome Chi-Town, California to the team, to the army of certified T3 bots. Vipe from India, what's going on, man? Oh, from California, living in Chicago, but SoCal beckons me. Yeah, I'm sure the climate here is a little bit less harsh. Circuitron, what's going on? I also have a boo-boo on my thumb. Ray Q, dude, we can't talk about the secret handshake right now. Well, the new gladiators are sick, Dean. I would love a gladiator. See, okay, I don't know how much you guys are following the Time Away channel. New episodes being edited as we speak. It's probably going to be up on Monday. I've been really into overlanding, and if I had known that more of these larger Jeeps were coming out, I'd probably get one. I think they're very, very cool. A lot more space for gear, a lot more space for, you know, tents and those types of living situations. But also, though, with the bigger and bigger and bigger, I'm talking about wheelbase that these Jeeps are getting, kind of makes me very happy that I'm wearing, or that I am utilizing a smaller wheelbase Jeep, just because it's kind of uncommon nowadays. So yeah, TJ all the way. Next thing I'm getting is a roof rack with a rooftop tent. I think I'm gonna get that for my birthday. Great Loco says there are too many comments. Depends the moment Jory is reading them. Well, give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Have I ever been to India? No, I have not. Satfan, you're always very negative in the comment section. I mean, thanks for joining in, but every time you say something very negative. For instance, you're complaining, Time Teller is now selective which comments to read. How am I not to be selective, Satfan? There's 118 people here. How should I not be selective? I need to select which comments to read. Dean Lake, what's your choice for a Seiko diver? I'm thinking mid-price range, but unsure which to get. So whenever people ask me, what Seiko diver? I immediately say tuna, SBBN series tuna, for sure. But then people, you know, they don't necessarily want to spend over $1,000 on a dive watch. So then I gotta recommend the baby tuna. Not because it's related to the tuna, but has a protective shroud, incredible loom, a very, very interesting dial. Now, if you want something mid-price range, like above the SKX level, but still vintage aesthetic, I would recommend a turtle. Okay, because the tuna is not, the tuna is quite modern. It does not have the vintage vibe. If you want something a bit more classic, I would go turtle. I think I said tuna, I meant baby tuna. Helgato says, get him, Jory. Steve Perez says, you're doing a great job, Jory. Thanks, guys. You rock. Ever try, ever fail. What's your grail car? I mentioned this a few times on this channel. I think my grail car, I'm very happy with the vehicles I have right now, just so, like, to get that out there. But my all-time like grail car would be a 911 RS America in Guards Red from around 1993. And yeah, just type in 1993 RS America. Such a cool car, man. Yeah. Could see myself driving around PCH. William J. cutting it off says business consultant, Warby Parker, Jewish, Jeep Rubicon, snorkel air intake, red jack on the hood, non-Invicta, hit the like. William J. You've just been promoted. Send him his check. Andrew Hannum, certified T3 bot and moderator, says great choice, Jory. Ever try, ever fail says, yeah, I typed it. Looks amazing. Yeah, the RS America, there's something about it. It's see, this is kind of little tangent here. This is why I say you can be a watch enthusiast without even owning a watch, right? Also, you can have opinions on things you don't personally own. Like, I'm a huge 911 enthusiast. I love 911s. Grew up being obsessed with them. I don't own one. I still feel like I'm able to have an opinion on it. So when people get mad at me for, oh, you don't own an Invicta, you don't own a tag, you're not allowed to, have an opinion, I just think that's kind of silly. Um, you know, every guy I know is really into cars, and we don't always own the cars we really like. So, yeah, you're allowed to have interests and opinions on things you don't own yourself, just to get that out there. So, yeah, I feel like that specific 911 is such just a purist 911. I absolutely love it. Real quick, Torn Heart, Stockholm, Sweden, from the Seacoast NH. Great channel. Thank you, man. Well, I'm from Amherst NH. Dude, we got some New Hampshireites here. Heck yeah. Toughest automatic, he asks. Toughest automatic watch. There are a bunch I could recommend. I know a lot of people are going to be like, Inox. The Inox. SIG P220, 45 ACP. YouTube doesn't like this, guys. There's the Inox, although it's not really my aesthetic, the Inox automatic is a very, very tough watch. Baby Tuna, incredibly tough. Boulder Expedition, incredibly tough. These are all for under $1,000, guys. So, yeah. Shelby says, I think it's a 993, 997 or 993. Oh, if you're asking about the RS America, it's not. It's a 964, actually. It's 993s came out right after that. And 997s are much too modern. This was still an air-cooled. So 993 was the last air-cooled Porsche. The ones right before that, with the RS America, that's still air-cooled. Most Bremonts are well-made. Yeah, they are well-made, tough watches. They're also way more expensive than they should be. That's my issue. See, Tom says, had a marathon, dropped it, and it stopped. See, I get that the marathons have this big, what am I trying to say? They have this aura about them where everyone is very quick to say how tough they are. And they've done a very good job marketing themselves as being incredibly, incredibly robust watches. And they seem to be. However, almost every person that I actually personally know who's owned one has said that they've broken them. So either they're doing crazy things to their watches or the marathons aren't as tough as they say. That's what's led me not to purchase them myself. However, I do plan on picking one up and putting it to the test, excuse me. And you're only going to see that here on the Time Teller channel. Ian Galt from Qatar. What's going on, man? 9 p.m. Reed says, yep, 964. Amen, baby. Guys, help me out. GOP, in the comment section, help me out. GOP has 2 questions. How do you afford such an expensive wristwatch collection, and what do you work as? What are your thoughts on the Casio Edifice line? Casio Edifice, guys, in the comment section, help him out with that first question. Ian, you've been with me since the beginning. You deserve a shout out, Ian Galt. Really cool dude. Help him out with the first question, guys. And then I'll answer the second question about the Edifice. The Casio Edifice line is pretty tough. It seems to be pretty tough. However, they're ugly. In my opinion, they're ugly. Okay. You're asking me for my opinion. I don't think they look very good. I think there's better Casios to get. G-Shocks. And then my other kind of issue with the Edifice is when I first started my channel and I first did my Seiko tuna unboxing. Now, guys, remember, the tuna was like a huge grail for me. When I unboxed the tuna and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then like I made episodes talking about how tough the 7C46 movement was. So many people would always be like, my Casio Edifice is just as tough. I don't know why you didn't get the Edifice. It's way less expensive. So that's kind of what left a bad taste in my mouth, was that people would always compare their Edifice to my tuna. And I'm not trying to be like an elitist, but the Edifice is, Casio makes some great watches. It's not on the same like durability scale as the Seiko tuna. Let's just get that out there. Axe from India says, what's your opinion on the Tissot C-Star and the Longines Hydro Quest? Both companies make decent watches. I'd probably go Tissot C-Star because it's a little more affordable. I would spend the Longines money elsewhere. Oh, that's the old one. Andrew Hannum laying down the law. He's saying, keep it family friendly and clean, gents and ladies. Yeah, let's be civil, but we can also have fun. Don't worry. We can also have fun, guys. Oh my God. Dima says, Jory works as Warby Parker brand evangelist. Guys, okay, can I, you guys have some really funny answers. People say I have a sugar mama. Okay, really funny, okay? We're gonna have a good laugh here. So I don't know how many of you guys follow me on Instagram, but because some people, believe it or not, only follow me on Instagram and don't follow me on the channel, I also try to, include them a little bit. And on Fridays, I try to do a little AMA on my stories, right? So people can ask me a question and then I'll film like a little 10-second answer. So someone asked me, I don't know if they were joking or not, but I didn't recognize the name, so I don't think it's one of my regulars. Someone asked me where I got my glasses from. And it's such a funny question because you guys always, rag on me. Everyone in the channel rags on me about Warby Parker, and it's just a funny inside joke. So someone asked me where I got my glasses, and I was laughing so hard, and I answered, and I tagged Warby Parker in that answer. And this morning, Warby Parker looked at it, because I can see who looks at the messages, and they liked it. It's so funny, dude. Oh my God. It is very, very funny that Warby Parker like acknowledged my obsession with them. James K, certified T3 boss, says, I feel like Jory's cheating on us when he talks about his Insta followers. Don't worry, guys. My regulars here on the channel are number one. My Instagram I don't care. Matthias says, isn't he sponsored by all types of outdoor food and snack outdoor stuff? Ryan Bennett trying to get me in trouble, asking me how many watches I own. Connie watches these live streams, everyone. All right. So I can't tell you how much I spend or anything like that. Johnny Watches 24/7 certified T3 bot says the Edifice looks like the watch came out of a cereal box. James K certified T3 bot says Jory has taught us that our greatest opponent is our own fear. Amen. That's deep. Ted Shields says, "Where are you?" Oh, Andrew, I do need a fact shirt. Frequently asked questions. Ted Shields says, "Where are you, Jory?" I'm in Southern California. Amendment. Dima says, "Amendment. Jory is certified Warby Parker brand evangelist." I got to learn more, Orlando, to answer that question. BC just says, "Just came in the channel. How do you choose where to stream? Background looks so random." Well, this is a nice little nook in my neighborhood. And typically it's a little more picturesque. We have a lot of cars and work, cones, traffic cones, and workmen out and about. And they're redoing some of the roads. And I think they're taking that opportunity to then fix some of the power lines. So, yeah. Sathish Sats says, "What's your thoughts on the new arrival Bulova watches?" So I don't know if you saw my Basel World winners and losers list, but I said that the ultimate loser of the whole show was actually Bulova, because I think their new Joseph Bulova collection is very, very special for two reasons. One, it's really cool that they're celebrating their own heritage, but two, a lot of people, especially here in the US, I'm not excluding my, international viewers, but a lot of people here in the US have a lot of these old Bulovas, because our grandparents and our great grandparents have owned them and they've just stayed in the family. So it's really cool that Bulova is kind of celebrating that rich history and something that we can all kind of relate to. And so the Bulova collection, Swiss-made automatics, they're going to come tonneau, tank style, and round. So we got 3 options there, multiple faces and finishes. Really cool. And they have a salmon dial. That one, that tank and the Lunar Pilot, I think are amazing. Garcia Correa Suarez says, "My wife buys shoes, I buy watches, and we encourage each other in our obsessions." Orlando says, "Thank you, Jory." Thank you, man. James K. There, see the judgmental tree, man. It's right here. Get it out of here. Yeah, Ted, the weather is actually incredible. It's been in the mid 60s. It's a little windy, so I'm wearing, this Flecktarn isn't that heavy. It just, cuts the wind up a little bit. So, but it's a very nice sunny day. But, oh, guys, hey, you can see my STI. Where's my hand? Oh, there. Get out of here, Hyundai. Hyundai. That's mine. That's my car, guys. Everyone say hi. Not this Honda Fit. Say hi. Shelby says the SLA 033 is the next RS America. Yeah. I'm not going to tell anyone how to pronounce anything because, number one, I mispronounce things all the time. And number two, I think it's really annoying when people, like, I spend all this time making an episode and then the only thing someone takes away from it is that I mispronounced. I said sin instead of zin. It's like, okay, that was your takeaway from this entire episode. So yeah, I'm not going to call anybody else out on pronouncing things. Watch Display, the man with the coolest watch collection on Instagram. My man, Watch Display. Edwin Youngblood Jr., what's your take on the Patek Philippe Nautilus? So, another question I get very often, actually. So, it's kind of a sad story about the Patek Philippe. So, okay. Remember how I said that Don says you're a really cool guy. Thanks, man. Thanks, Don. You're cool. And Watch Display can't pronounce anything either, he says. So, and I know for a fact Watch Display is a smart dude. So if he can't pronounce anything and he's smart, there's like no hope for me because I am dumb as a rock. Okay, so my take on the Patek Philippe Nautilus is it's kind of the anti Chad, have a good one. It's kind of it's doing the opposite of what the work dudes are waving at me in their trucks. You're like, whoa, what's going on here? Okay, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. So yeah, all these trucks are like looking at me and waving. I've never seen a guy yelling at an iPhone before. That happens all the time in LA. And usually it's not even an iPhone. Usually it's like a Pebble or something. Okay, so I get a lot of questions about like how I feel about the Holy Trinity. And it's, these aren't watches that I review because I don't own them, but it doesn't mean that I don't have opinions on them. So the AP, right, the AP Royal Oak. When I first got into watches, I thought it was a really cool, really sharp industrial design, something I hadn't really seen much of. So I was like, wow, really cool. Then AP started doing kind of what Tudor was doing, where they just released different iterations of the Black Bay. I mean, like they would do Royal Oak Offshore, Royal Oak Chronograph, Royal Oak Offshore Chronograph, every different kind of finish you could ever want, blah, 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 blah. So I got kind of sick of the Royal Oak. And in the earlier episodes on my channel, I would talk about how I hated the Royal Oak because AP just turned into Royal Oak, kind of how Tudor has just turned into Black Bay. Okay, well, that pushed me over to really leaning into the Patek Nautilus. And I was like, oh man, Nautilus. It's smoother than the Royal Oak, still kind of industrial, but much more elegant. And I loved it. But then Patek it was only Royal Oak on my feed. I mean, sorry, it was only Nautilus on my Instagram feed. I would only see Nautilus. People would only talk about the Nautilus. I got sick of it. And then the Royal Oak started looking really good again. So now my preference is over to the Royal Oak. But out of the Holy Trinity sports watches, the Vacheron Overseas is my pick. Okay, it's the last bastion of Holy Trinity sports watches that haven't been totally ruined yet. So Vacheron. Cowboy Swing, what's your favorite G-Shock? 7K G-Shock, why so much? Thanks. One of my favorite G-Shocks is a DW. I have a few favorite G-Shocks. I mean, I'm wearing my new Mudmaster right now, so I really like the GX56 BB1, the King G-Shock. I think that's a really great G-Shock. David, what's the definition of a sports watch? Typically, a sports watch is something that is non-precious metal on a bracelet with some form of water resistance rating. It's typically a sports watch. Doesn't necessarily have to have a timing bezel. Doesn't necessarily have to be a diver. But typically a stainless steel watch on a bracelet is considered more sporty. Yeah, people are saying the Royal Oak is the bomb. Yeah, I'm back on Team Royal Oak. Okay, Overseas is my favorite, But I after SIHH 2019, I got really interested in the Royal Oaks again. The salmon dial jumbo looks really nice. I dig them again. I dig them. But the Nautilus, I'm just sick of. And don't even get me started on the Aquanaut. I think that's dumb. The TS JLC Master Compressor is dope. I wore one a little while ago. I had one on my wrist. Really cool. Andrew Hannum, thanks for laying down the law, brother. I'm scrolling up to see comments, everyone, so just like chill out. I get a lot of comments here. Not to brag. Yeah, see these people, there's someone writing in Cyrillic. I only push like when my question is answered. Okay, well, you might not ever push like, and being passive aggressive is not the greatest way to get noticed. Or I mean, you'll get noticed, you won't get answered, but Andrew Hannum says, hit the like, guys and gals. All right, scrolling back down, scrolling back down, scrolling back down, scrolling back down. Ooh. James K, certified teacher bot with the super chat says, give us your thoughts on the Aquanaut. Okay. Aquanaut is much more attainable price-wise and availability than the Nautilus. And a lot of people just end up picking up the Aquanaut, and it is ugly. I think it's ugly. I think it's lame. And people settle for the Aquanaut when they want the Nautilus. It's not my jam. But yeah, I just think people like and the reason I say this is because I know of two people specifically who have settled for the Aquanaut when they wanted the Nautilus. And it's like, okay, the Aquanaut is much less expensive than the Nautilus, but it's still not a cheap watch. So why wouldn't you just either hold on to that money and wait for a Nautilus, or just put that money elsewhere? That's what bugs me. James K. So it's like buying a Tudor when they want a Rolex. Kind of. Yeah. I mean, settling is settling no matter what. Orlando certified teacher boss says everyone should press the like because your show is awesome. Thanks, man. Well, I do it for you guys. Art Ponce, new opinion on the new gen Mustang. Well, the newest Mustangs are much nicer than. I don't know. I did not like the which ones. Let me put this. I'm trying to be delicate here. I think Mustangs can be cool. They have a lot of power and they have zero handling. And we know this because everybody leaving car shows ends up wrecking their Mustang. So, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. I think a lot of people drive like idiots when they have Mustangs. And they think because they have all that power and they have, a nice V8 rumble, they can go drive like a race car. And they end up wrapping it around a pole. Johnny Watch 24/7 certified T3 bot says the Overseas might be my next Grail watch. Pure class. Well, it is a Grail, especially the new SIHH ones. The rose gold with the blue dial. Gorgeous. Yeah, I mean, V8s sound amazing. And the new 350, the GT 350, those things rip, man, for sure. Ray Q says you hit the nail on the head about Mustangs. Yeah. Coast Dweller with the beard Avatar. Heck yeah. Have you ever been in a physical altercation though? Yes. Yeah. Says I don't think so, to be honest. You can make that happen if you so choose. Reading comments. Reading comments. See, I'm trying to take off this. So this is the thing. Trying to take off the jacket. You got to totally undo the Velcro to get it off. I know you won't. And I know why you have a beard on your avatar. It's probably because you can't grow one in real life. But I'm going to do something for you. Yeah. Let's go. James K. Gunjo. Shelby M with with the super chat says Paul McCartney and Ringo both wear an aquanaut. Well, it's because they're on the yellow submarine. That's why they have an aquanaut. Team, guns out. Dima says, so that G-Shock is too big for the jacket. Is there something equivalent but thinner? Not with the triple sensor, unfortunately. So you're going to get the durability with, a DW5600 has a ton of functionality and a ton of durability. It unfortunately does not have the triple sensor, and that right there is honestly what you're paying for. And this is, multi-band. This is atomic, and I always, I give atomic watches extra guff, right? Because I say, I don't know why you'd want to spend double the price for an atomic G-Shock when the non-atomic variants are much more affordable. So the issue is this watch, I don't think you're paying for the atomic capabilities. You're more so paying for the triple sensor. That's the issue. So, yeah. Is there an equivalent to this that's thinner? Probably not. Is there something that's durable and still functional? Yeah, a DW5600, much more wearable. I'll say day to day for sure. Cowboy Swami with the super chat. I know you don't like Breitling. Thoughts on the Navi? Cowboy, I think you're misinterpreting my words, and you need to watch some of my episodes. I own a Breitling Navitimer. I love Breitling. Okay, I'm actually one of Breitling's staunchest defenders. The issue with Breitling is the Colt. I don't like the Breitling Colt. Navitimers I love. I own one. Do you even keyboard warrior? Dude, guys, I appreciate you jumping in, getting in the mix. This guy is calling me a neckbeard and making fun of me when he's the one on his computer talking shit on a live stream from the comment section. So don't worry. His life's going great. That's a Mudmaster? Yes. Tis. It's the new Mudmaster. Not the most easily worn G-Shock, I will say. If you're looking for a day-to-day G-Shock, go with the W5600. If you want one, like you're to go on an outing, then yeah, definitely Mudmaster for sure. Dude, what I like the new Breitlings. I'm actually one of the only people enjoying the new Breitlings, which is hilarious. I know a lot of enthusiasts are upset that Breitling is making these larger, like, dude. Bottom line, I think they're doing a great job. Unfortunately, or fortunately for the watch enthusiast, their watches are becoming a little bit more like their value is dropping. So if you want an Navitimer, get an Navitimer. But yeah, I like the new Breitlings. Chi-Town, California. Certified T3 bot says, those trolls are just jealous that while they're stuck in their parents' basement, Jory's out here doing live streams. Exactly. Bongo Nutty says, what's the triple sensor sensing? Well, it's really cool. So there's quick, um, there's four buttons on, there's two buttons on each side. We'll say that. So there's quick buttons to compass and the altimeter, and then you can obviously scroll through the settings with your adjust button. And then there's even a threaded crown that you can unthread and literally scroll through the settings on each different channel, if you will. So let's see. Let me do this. Let me do this, guys. This is what we're gonna do. Okay, so check it out. Now pay attention to the second hand when I press the compass mode, okay? So right now, you see how it's trying to find north. So boom, it's found north. And down there on the display, it'll actually tell you the direction and the degree. So kind of hard just to show you that from there. But yeah, really, really cool. And then because of how many settings there are to go through on your like menu button, instead of having, like, let's say I want to go back to just time mode where it just shows me the time and the second hand is just keeping up with the seconds. I can either press this a bunch of times and scroll back to time, or I can just hold it and it'll just go, it just knows that that's the preset. So I can just hold down that menu button for like 3 seconds and then it knows, boom, I'm just going to go back to time mode. So yeah, easily the coolest G-Shock. And the only bummer about this G-Shock is that after wearing this and playing with it, kind of bugs me. Like I kind of only want to wear this when I'm out camping, you know? So, and Dima says, compass, altimeter, sounds like an Apple Watch. True. Can you take an Apple Watch 200 meters below? Can you bash Apple Watch with a rock? Can you drop it from like a building? Oh shit, sorry guys. No, you can't. Unless you get, you know, one of those extreme cases and spend extra money on that device that becomes obsolete. This will not become obsolete because that triple sensor will always be active. So, yeah, I knew that, and I anticipated that. After getting this watch, I figured that people would say, oh, the Apple Watch does all those things and more. You can have multiple apps and widgets. Yeah, the main reason you get a G-Shock is because of its sheer durability and resilience. You're not going to get that with an Apple Watch. For instance, I have my phone in my pocket. Well, it's right here now. But like, my phone does all those things and more, has all that functionality. But if I drop that from, you know, my hand, the screen will break. If I get that wet, if I take that into the ocean, yeah, it'll work for a little bit, but then I'll have to put it in rice. Andrew Hannum says, coolest G-Shock ever. I agree. So, David, with a really great question, is this watch heavy? The first thing that really like blew my mind is that it is not cumbersome. It's not heavy or cumbersome when it's on your wrist, okay? Now, I'm a really strong dude. Let's just be clear about that, but it's not that heavy. It's not that heavy. The reason why I say it's not the most wearable is because it's just big. Jason Greaves, who the fudge compares an Apple Watch to a G-Shock? A lot of people. All you got to do is go to the comment section of my Instagram or my channel, right? A lot of people, when I take a picture, even of my DW6600 from the 90s, people are like, people were like, oh, how can you ever like G-Shocks and then but like not like Apple Watches? Why do you speak against Apple Watches and then you like G-Shocks? Again, it's because G-Shocks have supreme functionality with that durability. Apple Watches, sure, I mean, multitasking, it's essentially a phone, and phones aren't as durable. Coast Dweller, it's all good, dude. I get it all the time, 24/7. And I don't get mad at my trolls, dude, because the fact is I'm putting myself out there voluntarily. So I'm not asking for it, but I'm voluntary. No one's making me do this. So if I get trolled, I get trolled. I don't get mad at any of my I don't take it personally. Don't worry. Sakari with the super chat. Can you explain the reptilians and the Jews? Yeah, okay. So the Earth is flat. We never went to the moon. It's their reptilian. Someone. Remember when I was talking about this last week, and there was a bunch of people at the other table. We were talking. Okay, first of all these things. There's only one guy here now. Last time I went in on this rant, there were people like trying to have their coffee, and they're like, when I was talking about like reptilians and Jews, I'm 100% Jewish and reptilian. Finger guns. I need to get that natty lighting though. I need to get that natty lighting. Oh yeah! This has become a conspiracy live stream. People are going, oh, again. Coast Dweller, I'm all for respect, but I lost my discipline. Sorry, bro. Hey, man, it is all good. We all have moments. And again, it's all good. Chi-Town, California, certified T3 bot. Hey, Tori, what's the most abuse you've seen a Seiko automatic diver take? Okay, my SKX is still running within cost standards, and I've dropped it a bunch, and I beat on it a bunch, and it's still running incredibly accurately. So, and mine has an aligned chapter ring. Very happy. William J says YouTube doesn't like those guns. Yeah, we can't say the G word here. Stoa, or so funny. So I've mentioned from Fiji. What's going on, man? Okay, so when I mentioned Stoa on my channel, people are like, it's pronounced Stova. Okay, well, are you gonna pronounce BMW BMW? Because that's how they do it in Bavaria. It's not BMW, it's BMW. So yeah, if I was from Germany, if I was from the Deutschland, maybe I'd pronounce my Stova like a Stova, and maybe I'd pronounce my BMW BMW. But since I'm just a stupid American, I pronounce it BMW and Stoa. So that's the first thing I think about Stoa. Second thing I think about Stoa, amazing watches. My best friend just picked up a Stoa Flagger, and he loves it. He loves it. Very, 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 very cool. Um, very cool company. I think I'm trying to get the correct name. Marine Chrono. That's the one I want. The white dial, blue hands, Marine Chrono. That's the one. That's the one. I've made an episode about watches that I'd like to get from companies like I don't really talk about much. I need to do another one of those episodes, by the way. But yeah, the Marine Chrono, white dial, two very clean subdials, blue hands. Looks really, really cool. Also really likes the German accent. Yeah, Stoa makes great watches, man. Coast Dweller, have you German roots or been there? I haven't been there. I'm okay. So, as I mentioned earlier, I'm Jewish. Obviously, my last name's Goodman. On like immigration papers from here, like during the Holocaust and stuff, the family name was Gutmann, Gutman, and in German that would be Goodman. So maybe somewhere I have German Jewish ancestry, but mostly it's getting thumbs up. Mostly I'm getting Eastern European descent from that side. So it's mostly Lithuania, Russia. Oh my God, Russia! He is. He does know about the reptilians and the Jews. It's all conspiracy. Night, bro. Oh, Jory's German Illuminati confirmed. Rockstar South. Why don't you want to chat about that stuff? Yeah, there's a lot of channels that talk about that stuff. They're all demonetized, and they all get shut down for random reasons. So, yeah. Why? Yeah. The beard is strong with this one. 30-year-old boomer. Jory's a Russian reptilian Jew bot. Confirmed. David R. So you rigged the election. Raj says, a lot of chat about tough watches tonight. Really cool. My favorite is the Citizen ProMaster Tough. I recommended that in my video that you're going to see on Wednesday. Really cool case, two-piece design, super titanium coating, which Citizen claims is 5 times tougher than stainless steel. I don't know that, but that's what they say. So it's stainless steel two-piece case with essentially a hardening process called super titanium, and apparently it's 5 times harder than regular stainless. But David R, you usually don't like Citizen. It's not that I don't like Citizen, it's that the only Citizen that I currently own is the Nighthawk. It's not that I dislike Citizen, it's that like there haven't been as many that like tickle my fancy. Reading comments, guys. Reading comments. Don't worry. Cowboy Swami with the super chat. Tuna versus your Mudmaster on toughness and longevity. Well, they're both different watches for different purposes, right? One's a saturation diver. One is like a shit hits the fan watch. Sorry, I swore. Um, Longevity might go to the Tuna because the Tuna is fully serviceable. Okay. So from that point alone, the Tuna wins out on longevity. On sheer durability, I don't know. I mean, resin case, metal buttons versus, you know, that's a really difficult one. Longevity goes to tuna for sure. For sheer like durability, I don't know, a full metal case with full shroud versus, you know, resin with um, metal buttons. The thing is, the resin will break down eventually. You know, it will break down, whereas the metal might be more resilient. So that's a really good question that I'm not sure I have a decent answer for. I'm thinking about it along with you. Ramiro Puente Jr. with the super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat, guys. He goes, Jor. It's so funny when people say Jor. Only my like family calls me Jor. Jor, what's the last good movie you checked out? Great question. What is the last great movie? You know, guys, as depressing and cliche as this sounds, I haven't had much time to sit and watch a movie. I could tell you my favorite movies. Let me think about this and get back to you. That's a great question. I am excited for the end game, but I'm not going to. Do you know that the tickets are selling for like $99 on eBay? It's crazy. Let me think about that question about the last great movie I saw. I'll get back to you. JG with the super chat says, Jory, is there a specific movement you like? There's a few. One movement that really impresses me and that I keep coming back to because I know it upsets a lot of people is the 7C46. That like honestly, and I know that's gonna make everybody so angry. That's one of my favorite movements, and I know it's quartz, whatever. These guys. Hope I'm not in these guys' way. Coast Dweller, can you recommend a beard oil to keep the hair in shape and smell good? Yes, I recommend Redkin Brews, Redkin space BREWS. Smells really good, really masculine, but not overpowering. And it is a good skin lotion as well. It's an oil, and a little goes a long way, but that's what I use. Real Man, Real Style says, what's the best book on watches no one has heard of? That last caveat is incredibly different, brother. It changes the question altogether. Oh, man. That's such a difficult question, I know. Because one of my favorite watch books right now is A Man and His Watch. But that's, I think a lot of people have probably heard about that because a ton of people have been talking about that. So he says, okay, Real Man, Real Style says, your favorite is cool. All right, so my favorite right now is A Man and His Watch. Why? Well, big pictures are great. It has a lot of has a lot of good big pictures. But another thing I really like is it really, really gives a face and almost some personalization and some humanity to watches themselves, right? I think my interest in watches really stems from people. Who'd have thunk it? Watches have a lot of sentimental value to me, and you know, they remind me of my dad and just all the people that may have worn these watches in the past. That's why vintage watch collecting just blows my mind. But A Man and His Watch does one of the simplest, most direct explanations of very prolific watches and why they are so prolific and important and who has worn them in the past. And so that kind of really just hit the nail on the head for me. So I would recommend A Man and His Watch. and you can see it behind me on my little shelf in my studio. So when you see me filming, that's the book that's right behind me. So I recommend that. Ray Q, certified T3 bot says, you've made enough money for Redken today. Yeah, I know. I'm not affiliated with them, guys. Um, John L, certified T3 bot says, I got an adapter for my G-Shock and put it on a NATO. Congratulations, bro. I did that as well. And I made an episode that you will see on Monday about that process. Exactly. Andrew Hannum, moderator and certified T3 bot says, A Quest for Longitude is a great book. Dima says, A Man in His Watch is also really nicely printed, makes for a nice thing to gift. I agree. I was actually given it as a gift for my birthday last year. John L says, it's available at the Time Teller store. It is. I have that book and a few others at the Time Teller shop. Man and His Watch seems to be my favorite right now, though, for sure. Rick Green says, okay, I admit it. I watched the John Wick movie so I can see the watches. Yep. I don't know if Keanu Reeves has a relationship with Oris, but in a few of his movies he's worn I don't know. No, it's not that he has a relationship with Oris or Bucher, Carl F. Bucher, but what I'm trying to say is I don't know if I assume they paid him to wear the watches or they paid the production to wear the watches, but he seems to have a thing for white dial, like white light silver dial watches, because in Constantine, I don't know if any of you have seen that movie, but in Constantine, at one of the end scenes, he takes off his watch and the camera pans over to it, and it's this really clean, kind of silvery light dial Oris. And then in the John Wick movies, he wears the Carl F. Bucher Monero date. And my dad loves John Wick so much, I actually got him that watch for Hanukkah. He wears it all the time. But those two watches look very, very incredibly similar. So, yeah, blew my mind when I saw that. I was like, wait, those are like almost the same looking watch. Reading comments, reading comments, reading comments. Ray Q says Constantine is a great movie. It's very entertaining. It's very fun. I know that they had to kind of let me put it this way. It was very disjointed. Constantine was a very disjointed movie. Now I know they had to kind of summarize the whole comic book series, but it was incredibly. They kind of showed you characters in that universe and then like didn't really explain why they were there or what their relationship was, or but very entertaining movie. And if you knew anything about the comic books, you'd be like, oh cool, okay. Skari with the super chat, thank you so much, brother. It says the director of John Wick movie, Chad Stahelski, is a brand ambassador for Carl F. Bucher. Will Dafoe wore one too. Oh well, there you go. Some very nice trivia there. Thank you. Interesting. Obviously, if the studio is gonna like zoom in on the watch, there's always a reason why. So they're never gonna do it for free, right? Johnny watches 24/7 certified C3 bot says ball watch. Okay, Ball's a company that also kind of has eluded me. It's Ball's a company that I think makes solid watches based upon other people that I know that have had them, if that makes sense. Um, Never owned one. That's one company that I've never actually even personally experienced. So maybe I mean, guys, you guys are my eyes and ears out there. If you want to contact someone at Ball and let them know about my channel and they can send me one for review, I'd be happy to take a look at an R&D piece. But or let's see. When I set up my PO box, if any of you own a Ball watch, you can send it over to me. That would be helpful as well. Some good news about Monta. I ski a little. Says thoughts on Monta. Monta emailed me today, and they asked if they could send a watch over. And so looks like I'm gonna test a Monta, and I'm going to wear it for a little bit, and I'm gonna make a review on it. I'm gonna let you know what I think about Monta firsthand. Isabella says my crown on my watch fell off. What do I do? You got to take it to a watchmaker, probably. What kind of watch is it? The crown fell off the crown stem, so the crown stem is most likely chilling in the watch. So you need someone to pull that out and reattach. I Ski a Little says, hell yeah. Johnny Watches, yeah, you can send me mine. Write to me on Instagram. I mean, you can send me yours. Sorry. Miguel, that's kind of a odd thing to say. Well, I shaved my beard off at 100,000 subscribers. Considering my beard got me to where I am, why would I, why would I do that to my followers? They want that. That's like saying, oh, will you stop talking? Like, will you destroy your watch collection at 100,000 subscribers? Why? All my followers are here to talk about watches. Thomas says you need to send it in for service, Isabella. Yeah, that's most likely the case. Yeah, I'd love to make an episode on Paul watches. Unfortunately, again, I don't have much experience with that company. I'd love to learn more about it, and I'd love to take a look. Someone sends me their ball watch, and I just start torture testing. That would be messed up. Reading comments, reading comments. Don Gray, certified C3 bot. Let's do another close up. Not on me, on the watch. Oh yeah, the new Mudmaster. 30-year-old boomer. I hardly ever shave my bread, especially if it's a loaf of wheat. Mohammed says, hi, Jory. Love your videos. I got an SKX 007 after watching your videos. Love from Pakistan. Well, congratulations. That's a great watch. And yeah, wear it in good health. Mazza, thoughts on Christopher Ward? Big fan. 2019 meet and greet. um, One thing that So I got a few people. Oh, it's a cool Chevy. It's a cool truck. One thing people have been writing to me, I've gotten a couple people asking, they're like, "Hey, I live in Los Angeles. Would you be willing to like hang out and talk about watches, blah blah blah." And so one question, I'm gonna post it on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna post it here, or on Instagram as well. Sorry, I'm talking to my phone, so I'm like Instagram. Um, I want to find out how many people are in the kind of greater Los Angeles area that would be willing to do a meetup. I'd have to figure out where. There's a bunch of logistics I'd have to figure out, but I think we could do it. Um, I think it'd be fun. Fine, I can invite my Instagram followers too. Daniel says I need to cancel my subscription to Netflix and become a T3 bot. Well, I mean, obviously, I'd be thrilled if you did that, but you don't have to get rid of your Netflix, man. You can just join in here. It's all good. Johnny Watches says, "Okay, bro, love the show. Um, at Dairy Queen with the kids, enjoy the day. All right, enjoy some ice cream, man." Orient Raven too. Orient makes great watches, man. He says that he likes my beard. Thank you. Oh yeah, beard is looking pretty good today. James K says, "Jory over Netflix." Oh yeah, baby. You guys got your priorities in the right place. I'm proud of you. Dima says, "Now's the time when everyone canceled their Netflix subscription and switches to HBO." Andrew Hannum, the moderator, says, "Gotta pick up my daughter from choir. Have a great weekend, everyone. Awesome show as always, Jory." All right, man. Have a good one. Say hi to your daughter. Keep Netflix and hit the like. Miguel says, "He answered my question." um, okay, so this G-Shock is enormous. It is enormous, and it's all because of the triple sensor, which is right here. This thing is sick, though, dude. This thing, and it does a whole lot of stuff. But it is big. It is big. The 30-year-old boomer says, "I'm rocking a Boulder Voyager I recently picked up thanks to you. Oh, thanks to your endorsement of Boulder. Hope you're happy, Beard Daddy." um, Great, yeah. Boulder's a great, 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 great company. No affiliation with them. I have another Boulder to review for you guys. Actually, the Globetrotter. We're gonna have a look at that, and yeah, solid watches from Boulder so far. Spy says, "Hello from Bahrain. Have you seen the Blue Alpinist with number over 1,000?" Mine is, what number is mine? I forgot the number of mine, but I haven't been paying attention to others' numbers. Go take a look at my, man. I can't remember. Maybe some of you guys can remind me. But in my episode, the unboxing, I mentioned my number. Mine might be above 1,000. Mine might not. I don't remember. Raj, why'd you sell your Gravity Master, bro? Grizzly Fingers, currently the cheapest watch okay, so what's the cheapest watch you have and how much do you pay for it? Currently the cheapest watch I have is a G-Shock DW 5600, and I paid $39 for it on Amazon at the time. The GX56, okay, so Mohammed, the GX56BB is really cool. It's kind of the bigger version of the DW5600. Do you want a bigger one or do you want a smaller one? That's up to you. They're both square. They both have similar functions. The E1V doesn't have world time, whereas the GX56 does. James K with the super chat says, any thoughts on cost of ownership, AP, PP, etc.? Well, okay. So with my Rolexes, people want to, and I see this on YouTube also. A lot of people want to talk about the cost of ownership, servicing, this, that, and that is an expense for sure. But it's not as big, not as much of a big deal as you'd think. Okay, I have not broken my bank having to send my watches out for a ton of servicing. It just has not happened. And you know that I have some old Rolexes. Now I don't have experience firsthand with servicing, you know, Patek Philippe or a Vacheron or an AP, but I assume if they're decently made watches, it's going to be the same thing. Embro, certified T3 bot, the man says Jory has number 857. Just checked it. You rock, Embro, first of all, for doing that. So yeah, I guess mine is number 857. So yeah, mine's not above 1,000. Yeah, and I don't pay attention to other. Omega's calling me. I'll whoop you. I'm Jewish. I like that he's censoring himself also. Are you a fan of military watches, military inspired watches? The Hamilton Khaki Field, man. Hello. I already said that. That was like, I wear that all the time. That was one of my first automatic watches, was a Hamilton Field watch. And those have direct lineage to, you know, World War II and beyond. It's all good, dudes. Boom. Embro says, and Andrew's gone away. Don't worry. Sometimes I have to take it into my own hands. Blocked. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Daniel Katz with the super chat. No question attached, though. See, it's funny. It's funny and it's kind of a bummer. I don't want you guys seeing that, but in the live streams, people literally show up and do that stuff. But just imagine what it looks like in the comment section. This is a very normal occurrence, guys. So do not worry about it. Psycho Saturday. Miguel says, any plans to go to Basel World sometime in the near future? Yeah, for sure. The thing is, I want to do a like US meetup, and then I want to start scheduling meetups in the future elsewhere. And so I think that'd be cool to go to Basel World and meet up with people, and then meet up with other people in Europe. Rick Green, thank you so much, brother. Thanks for the super chat, my man. Rockstar South, wow, the keyboard tough guys are out in full force today. Yes, but that's kind of it's every day. You see it live in real time when I do a live stream, but it's honestly multiple times an hour. Just look at the amount of videos I have. Keyboard warriors absolutely love to show up in the comment section, and of course they're protected from being behind a screen. So, and the interesting thing, never say it in person to me. Raj says, you're doing an amazing job. I'm loving this, brother. Thank you, man. Well, I love you, man. Oh, Watch Lounge. That's an incredibly difficult question. He asks, if you could collect one brand, what would it be? I feel like that goes against watch collecting, because the point is just to collect what you like. But if it'd be between Seiko and Rolex, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you guys. Those are my two favorite companies, so it'd be between those. You know what? I'm gonna go Seiko because that means I could also collect Grand Seiko and Creeder. The snaps come out. James K, certified T3 bot, says, "I wish I had Jory's courage." You can. You just have to. You just have to decide to do it. Rick Green, thank you for the super chat again, brother. You can have my courage. It's not that I'm any different than anybody. You just decide to have it. Rick Green says, "Sent $2. It's like 20% of the cost of coffee." Believe it or not, bro, you're right. In LA, coffee is they overcharge because they can. Not unlike some watch companies. Um, this coffee shop though, they hook it up. They don't charge that much. It's a nice little family-owned place, and good people. But that makes me chuckle. Thank you, Rick Green. You rock. James, Jory has so much love to give. He can't limit himself to one company. Oh my God! Imagine if I only collected Invictas or Vostok. You guys are gonna make me sick. Seiko would be my choice too, Jory, for sure. That fellow there, certified T3 bot, says, and you can get Jory's courage for 3 easy payments of $5.99. Orlando, certified T3 bot, says, Jory, I know people can be pretty nasty with their comments. It's whatever. Not to sound like a martyr, but like if them, you know, being mean on the internet to me helps them feel better and they can take out their aggression there, and then later on in person it helps them, vent and they can be a good person elsewhere, then that's fine. Then, that's a positive. If they literally need to be mean to someone on the internet for them to be a good person elsewhere, so be it. I'll take that hit. The thing is that, I just like, I don't know why you'd be mean to someone you don't even know. What do you think about Young Hans? They make good watches. Too artsy Bauhaus sterile for me. Z says, do you opinion more expensive G-Shock like MTG or MRG G-Shock? Mudmaster. That's my opinion. Spy says, opinion on bronze watches. I've seen so many 2-year-old Tudors dumped on the back market once they go dull. Yeah. So you need to know what you're getting into when you get a bronze watch or a brass watch. You got to know that it's going to acquire a patina. It's not going to be shiny and new. You also need to know that it is a little bit of a fad. Like in 2018, that was the year of the bronze watch. Okay, that was the thing to release. Micro brands. It was all about bronze watches, and we're still seeing it in 2019. But you need to know what you're getting into. I think it looks fun and nautical and kind of rustic, but again, you need to be okay with some oxidation. I got fans everywhere, guys. Daniel Katz says, dancing with fear is a form of courage, borrowing a phrase from Edo Portal. Amen to that, man. Burger Slayer, 2019 is the year of the salmon dial. I would be freaking ecstatic if that was the case. Let's see it. I love salmon dials. You're not wrong, though. Longa with their salmon, they call it pink gold datograph. The new Jumbo from AP salmon dial. Again, that one's a little bit more on the champagne side. We're getting Carl F. Bucher with their Bicompax annual. They're releasing kind of a pink champagne salmon dial. Bulova with their salmon dial. Oh, it is a good year. I love, dude. You know what? I gotta get a salmon dial watch. I gotta get a salmon dial. Ramiro says, gotta roll. They're watching the car. All right, guys. So we're going to wrap this up today. We're at 100 minutes already. I want to thank everyone for their super chats. I want to thank everyone for joining me on this beautiful Saturday. You know, we saw some trolls in the comment section. There was overall a happy ending. Big deal. Don't let it bother you. I don't let it bother me. Thanks for jumping in there with me and having my back. You do not go unnoticed, guys. All right. That support does not go unnoticed. So thank you. And I love you guys. And you know what? What do I always tell you? Learn to get out of your comfort zone and get uncomfortable. All right. Yelling into a camera in front of a bunch of people walking around, that was really uncomfortable for me at the beginning. Putting myself out there and having people, make fun of me for being Jewish, for my beard, calling me ugly, whatever. That was initially pretty uncomfortable, and still to this day, it's not like it feels great. But get out of your comfort zone, get uncomfortable, and it'll pay off. Because guess what? All that BS I deal with, it's very worth it to hang out with you guys every week. So thank you so much. Trevor Hurst, shalom, I see you. So you know what? That's rule one, get out of your comfort zone. Second rule, tell someone you love them today. You shouldn't go a moment without letting someone else know that you love them. Okay, don't waste these moments. So I'll start it off. I'm gonna tell you I love you, each and every one of you. Have a blessed, beautiful, amazing weekend. I'm gonna go enjoy my Saturday, and you should too. So guys, I love you. Rick, you're a cool guy. Love you. Have an amazing weekend. Have an amazing week. I will see you on Monday at the Time Teller channel. Okay, guys, I love you. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. Always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell